Hey everyone, this is Jeffrey Grupp of Antimatter Radio. I know I made a video earlier today and said I'm probably not going to do them anymore, but it's just all is very sad that this is all happening. I mean, even the conspiracy movement can't even figure out what's going on with the oil spill. I just don't. I mean, if you follow the evidence, and I just ask the question, I say, somebody give me one piece of evidence there's been an oil spill, and don't give me this, tell me about the little splashes of oil on Pensacola Beach or something, and there's nothing. Your information only comes from the mass media. So it looks like, anyway, my report here, very briefly, and I'll probably leave this video up for a little while and get 50 hits or something, and then make it unlisted. I have to, given the threats I had last week. The threats, I got those last week, it appears, because this was a hoax, and this, besides some people at Godlike Productions and Disclosed TV, this is one of the first. We're one of the first to be on this here at Antimatter Radio. Well, it's me as Antimatter Radio, and it appears that now we've got the National Geographic coming out talking about oil under the beaches. Okay, now it appears this is going to be the big thing. This was, I think, just put out today. I had a fellow commented on my website 2 days ago. Commented on my website and criticizing, saying, "Oh, this can't be conspiracy." So the National Geographic is part of it too, and of course the answer is yes. So anyway, I don't even need to explain that to most of you listening, but it appears this is the issue that this is going to be used to explain that there was an oil spill. It's all hidden under the beaches, and this is what we're going to see here. We're going to see endless pictures of oh, there's a little line here. Let me try to enlarge this. See if it'll enlarge. Oh, it doesn't. So let's just pretend this was real. Okay, now I've got problems with this, as I posted in video after video. Let's just pretend that was real, that little line there. Okay, this, we're only just talking about, it's Pensacola over and over and over. This is our evidence. This red stuff is that there was this ultra-massive spill. I mean, look at this picture. It's just like kind of a fuzz. Nobody will do a test on whatever this stuff is. I mean, look, it's just kind of splashed here and there. None of it's even near the waves here. It's just little bits. This is just not a significant event. And some of this stuff here, some people have said, I think it was Alex Jones who said this, some of it's seaweed. I don't know if he was referring to like this, but I mean, if you look at that, it does a little bit look like some reddish seaweed. I'm not saying that because, I mean, I'd need to look closely. It's kind of a vague picture from a distance. Look at this. I mean, the beach is roughly clean. So anyway, the point is the debate has now become the oil under the beaches to justify the whole big oil spill, the whole big Creature from Jekyll Island events of BP. Oh, we don't want offshore drilling banned. Don't do it, please. So it's all just quite amazing, in my opinion, that, well, I mean, what am I trying to say here? I mean, the issue is that nobody will use their eyes to follow the evidence. We will only use the theories that we have been told. And we can't even get, I mean, it's the mass media is in agreement with the alternative media that there was an oil spill, that it was this amazing event. I go and expose it and get massive, unbelievable threats all over the place as soon as I start saying that it's fake. And then I have to go kind of underground and secret and make all my videos unlisted and so forth. And if I get more threats, I'll just delete them all. I don't care about taking credit if this is revealed in the future as the correct position. I don't really care. I'll remove them. So Illuminati, if you're listening and you want me to take this stuff down, just give me just tell me and I'll do it. I'm not interested in being a hero. I'm not interested in I just want to know the truth as far as I will be permitted to do so as a citizen of the Earth prison here. So in this article, returning it to now here, they've got PhD students, and we're supposed to be so enamored that it's PhD students that are involved in this. But it looks like This is the theme. We've got it coming everywhere in the mass media. All of a sudden, the buried oil. This doesn't make any sense, people. All right, that this happens. I mean, these tides, if they come in and build the sand up, they'll go take the sand right out the next day. So, the reason it doesn't make any sense, because then you should have water. You shouldn't have water that looks like this. Look at that water; it's beautiful, crystal clear. Okay, you should have water that's filled with the stuff. It should be mixing. Okay, let me explain what I mean better. I'm not explaining it very well. If the oil is being deposited and sand is being deposited on top, let's just pretend that happened. Okay, I don't believe it for a second, because stuff mixes together. Okay, so the oil, we are told, is the tar balls are sticky. We are told this red goo, whatever it is, so it'll stick to, it'll get covered with sand and all this kind of stuff. It's very curious, the whole thing, how it exists. It just shows up in the beach, without, if it's so sticky, everything should be sticking to it and so forth. But that doesn't happen. So that's another mystery. But it should be like a burr in the forest, just collects everything on it. But anyways, let's pretend this really happened this way. So the oil comes in, is placed down, and the sand on top of it. Okay, then the next day it'll be washed out in the natural tidal action, if this is even what really happened. Let's just pretend it is, though. And then it'll all mix together when it gets washed out. Okay, and then it'll all be mixing and sloshing around here in the water, and then it'll come back in the next day, and it won't build up a nice smooth little layer here. It should be a mix of some sort. To some degree it should be mixed. Okay, and if somebody says, oh no, the denser stuff will sink to the bottom, and then the sand will go on top as it's all mixing together, as the tides come back in with all this mixed stuff, as it's sloshing back in. Well, I thought that sand is rock, so it would be heavier, so the oil should be on top. Is that how it should work? But nevertheless, that's beside the point. The oil is supposed to be so sticky, so the sand should stick to it. It should form some sort of mass of sticky stuff where it's all mixed together, and it just doesn't happen. So when I see stuff like this, I just have to ask the questions. Now, I'm not the expert. Okay, I'm not the expert on soils and beaches and tar and oil and whatever this red sludge, toxic sludge is, or whatever. I'm just using rational skepticism to ask questions, and I get attacked in response. And nobody ever says, oh, Jeff, here's the problem with what you're saying. Here, let me give you a long treatise. No, people just come up with all this crazy. They call me names, or come up with crazy things like, oh, of course that the front end loaders are the proper. I just had a guy contact me saying, I used to drive a front end loader, and no, that's not the proper entity, the proper piece of machinery to smooth out an entire beach in the middle of the night, a mile-long beach. It's not it doesn't make any sense. And here this clown Piccola Greg is trying to tell us it is. So anyway, I just made a whole bunch of extra points, just asking questions. This doesn't make any sense to me, and I never see a video of how it forms. Always people after the fact, oh, here it is, see, it happened. Nobody ever shows me the formation of all this stuff. Now it's just really inundating the media, the invisible oil spill. Okay, and I'm asking questions, and I'm getting attacked for it, and I'm going to go quieter and quieter, because I already expressed why. So anyway, just some further questions here I wanted to give you. I think they're good. I don't expect anybody to respond with answers that subdue these questions, because nobody has so far. It's just been a big joke. Everybody, the responses people have had. Clearly, I've got a bunch of paid shills on me. People doing all kinds of crazy stuff, starting little forums on the internet saying, I sent secret information to Jeff Grupp in his email, and he didn't respond. He's a shill working for BP. I don't have any. I'm not going to even comment back. I'm not going to say, oh no, you didn't send it. I didn't get an email. No, nothing. I'm just going to do what I do, ask questions until I'm threatened more, and if I am, I'm not going any further. I'll go as far as I'm allowed to by the dark masters of this world until I see there's more danger. And so I got a threat last week and took it down a huge level, making everything private just on my site. And that's where I'm going to exist for the moment until something else happens. But anyway, I just wanted to give you this report, asking more questions about this whole thing. Nothing's adding up. I think the whole oil spill was fake. I think every day the evidence piles higher and higher, no pun intended, that that's the case. Maybe I will be shown to be wrong in the near future, and there will be this whole oil spill. Part of me almost wants it to be the case, and this whole thing could go away. You know, this whole battle I've inadvertently found myself in. So, but anyway, we'll find out in the future. But I think right now the evidence is so astoundingly for the hoax theory. There's almost not a single piece of evidence for that there was a real oil spill. This splashed red goo isn't evidence. You know, until somebody could do a test. Not some company hired by BP or the government or that worked in Hurricane Katrina either. Okay. Anyway, take care, everyone. Jeff Grupp, antimatterradio.com. Please subscribe. $2.89 a month. Best radio you're going to get anywhere.